And there are some other new laws that will affect the workplace as well. Here with us this morning to talk about that is lawyer and SDSU business ethics lecturer, Wendy Patrick. Good morning to you, Wendy. It's great to have you on with us as we talk about some of these new laws that are in place. The one we want to get to first is AB 685, Wendy. So that enhances an employer's obligation essentially to report a COVID-19 outbreak within the workplace. What can you tell us about that one?
That's right. It's a very important one, Mary. While we were clinking our glasses and we were ushering in the new year, this new law came into effect, and it really promotes one of the things that we want to do in 2021 is promote both health and wealth. We shouldn't have to choose. That's what 685 is about. This is a law that basically says that if an employer finds out about exposure in the workplace, they have to notify the employees immediately. They have one business day. And they also have to have signage. Like I always say, where there are symptoms, there should be signs. And that is designed for proper notification. This is something that was becoming increasingly relevant throughout 2020, is employees were coming back to work and then they were finding out that there had been an outbreak or at least an exposure, or as this new law says, a potential exposure, and they weren't receiving notification. No longer. This is going to allow employees to enjoy both health and wealth in 2021.
And Wendy, what is the punishment for businesses if they don't do that, if they don't notify employees in a timely manner?
Well, these are the kinds of laws that always have teeth. So they always have fines and they always have those types of penalties for violation. And that is very important because when you have employees that are basically relying on an employer to tell them when there's been an outbreak, what precautions they should take, you need these types of fines to be enforced. And that's what we're going to be seeing this year, not just with 685, but with other laws and potential penalties as well.
Another one, AB 979, that mandates that all publicly held corporations have to have a minimum of one woman and then one person who's a representative of an underrepresented community, essentially, on the board of directors, for example. Talk about that one a bit.
That's right. This is an important one, Mary, because it continues the trajectory of inclusion and diversity. We already saw in 2019 that you had to have one woman on the board. Now you have to have more than one. Of course, it can be up to 3, 4. It depends on the size of the board, but also someone from an underrepresented community. Now you hear those words. What exactly does that mean? Somebody who self-identifies as the language, as Black, African American, Hispanic, Latino. Listen to the other categories: Asian, Pacific Islander, Native American, Native Hawaiian, or Alaska Native, or a member of the gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender community. So it is a real push to diversity. And let me ask you the question you're probably going to ask me next. What's the teeth that this law has? Listen to this: $100,000 fine for a first violation, $300,000 fine for a second or subsequent violation. Wow. So they are taking these new laws very seriously and making sure that businesses comply, that boards of directors comply. These are laws that we have to know about.
Well, Wendy, thank you so much. Teeth definitely in that law. Appreciate you joining us here, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, and Happy New Year to you.